So it's Wednesday, February 17th, and we are heading up to Tennessee. So a lot of people ask me why we haven't had any videos for the last few weeks, and the simple thing is that the video that we wanted to show everybody didn't happen. We kind of weren't sure whether to put that video out anyway, kind of to show you what went on when we went up on our last trip, and the disappointment that happened. So it's been a bit rough the last few weeks trying to come to terms with you know, losing yet another house. I think that was our fourth one that fell through. So we're now heading back up again to look at, to actually second view a house in Greenville, and then to look at a bunch of land. We're not 100% sure exactly where we're going to be yet. We've got lists of places we want to see, but and 4 days to do it, but that's as far as we know. So I probably am going to put the video that we were going to put out just to show you. So enjoy this part and we'll come back after.
Welcome to Gentle Soul's new home.
This is the front of the house, and obviously has the most incredible views. This land down here, this whole slope that you're seeing, is all included with the property, down to the trees at the bottom. And I don't even think that it shows you on camera how amazing this place is. This is a brick ranch house with a concrete basement. I mean, it has my stone walls that I love. It has a little red barn. It has views that are just 360 degrees. It has a nice swing seat there, which is a second swing seat. It has its own little decorative windmill. It has pasture, 9.3 acres, I believe. And we're thinking possibly that Mum and Dad's house might be able to go where Dad's walking now, further up on that ridge. We're going to go and explore that and see what we find. View of the back deck. It has the most gorgeous, look at these big stones here. That leads down to the basement. So the outside, so the basement is, it's not a walkout basement per se because it is underground, but it does have that walkout, the door and up the stairs, so it has its own entrance, which is neat. And then it has this lovely swing seat overlooking the view. So now I'm heading over to the barns. I'll just come out here and show you the view across here. This is the side of the house, which has a deck, and then from the front of the house you can see the views here are just panoramic. I mean, it's incredible views. I can totally see why our realtor extraordinaire brought us out to this property. Thank God we didn't go through with the other home, because although it was nice, it is nothing like this. Basement. The stairs go right up into the house, and then there's a wood stove that does heat the house. It's just not connected right now. It needs some new duct work to be able to go up to it. And then it's about 810 square feet of basement. Water heater, laundry hookup, and then a rough plumbed, it does, apparently the toilet does have a leak. This basement could be converted, and this would obviously be the bathroom. Basement, safe room. Completely solid concrete. Continuing through this little sitting area, living space, into a small kitchen, but perfect for us. So this is the dining area. Fridge, freezer is here. And then door and a little kitchen. Look at these cupboards. The lady purchased this place. It was built in 1976, I believe. And I think these were the original cabinets. These were one-offs. They're real unique. And they said to her that, oh, you know, you should probably just take these out and replace them. And she said, no. And I'm so glad that she made that decision because I love them. Bathroom. There's only one completed bathroom right now. The second bathroom is in the basement. Bedroom 1. Bedroom number 2. Bedroom number 3. This one would be more of an office though. It's the smallest of the 3 bedrooms. Heading out the back door. This is the back deck that has the most amazing view. Mountains, hills, all of that land that you can see all belongs to this property. This is the smallest red barn, which we're actually thinking could be converted for chickens and the ducks. Wow, look at all those antlers in there. So this obviously was used for hay storage. Lots of tires. Oh, I don't know if that is antlers or whether that might actually be like a chandelier. There's more doors in here. I guess that's our sign. But this, we're thinking, would be an amazing chicken and duck coop. Because then we could have a ramp coming from in here. We could have a ramp coming down here. And then I'm thinking that this could all be garden. If we made this our garden, then we could have the chicken tractor in this area and move them all the way around the property. What do you think?
Beautiful. Yeah, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
What do you think, Mum?
I think it's absolutely stunning.
Ah, good. We're getting rave reviews on this place.
Do. I think it's stunning.
What do you think, Zoe?
I love the house.
I mean, how can you not love the views? It's just incredible. And it's got a washing line, which I'm really excited about. It's so sad that I'm excited about a washing line, but, you know, I'm 39, so I guess I got to get excited about something. This would be a nice little storage for our tractor and our gardening supplies. And actually, it's actually bigger than it looks, but yeah, it's so cute. The fence line over here.
It does have a patch of woods for us.
Oh, it does have woods? Awesome.
A whole big patch in the middle.
Wow, now this actually would be for the tractor. This would be perfect for the tractor. Oh, there's even tomato cages, so they did grow food here. So we've also been told that a lot of the wood that everything's made out of is cedar, which is that's really good news because cedar is so fantastic at keeping bugs away and super strong. So this is like part of the woodshed on the red barn. I can't believe that after all these years and all the sacrifices made and all has been leading up to this. So we're in the pasture. We've actually walked the entire property other than just beyond the tree line that's a little steep, and obviously the frontage that was really steep that you saw. So that was the red barn, the brick rancher house, the barn, and then this pasture is just incredible. This is basically hay fields, so we could use some for the horses and some for hay. Next thing I want to find out about is if we can have bees here, because we'd love to have bees and have honey. It's incredible here, guys. Incredible. We're going to go into the barn. Is there electric in here? Oh, that just did the light outside. Oh, okay. So it is stone floor. This is a big big storage barn. I'm thinking possibly that because there's a lean-to outside this wall, that maybe we can make a hole, you know, a door coming in, and maybe make this area kind of makeshift stalls for the horses. It's not quite big enough for everything, but it would be 3 decent stalls right here. And then we just keep this closed. That way then the horses could have this, and then they would have the lean-to that's outside, that would be a small pasture around here. And then I'm thinking a partition wall along here that would cut this barn in half, and that way then that gives us this whole area as, you know, workshop, which is basically what it's set up for now. And then if we go back outside, you know, it's right close to the house. We're outside the barn at the moment, and so this is where I think there would be 3 stalls inside that barn, and then this lean-to would just be for the horses just to hang out, you know, in bad weather, because we wouldn't necessarily want them to be on the stalls unless they wanted to be. This is the back of the house. Well, actually it's the front of the house. The front of the house faces this mountain, and so this is all of the property here. And it goes, there's the driveway. You can see actually just about where Tommy's walking, just a little bit in front, that's where the front gate would be. This driveway actually belongs to the cow farmer that lives over there, or keeps his cows over there. So that driveway is a shared driveway, shared road. And then we're thinking possibly that Mum and Dad could be right over here, and they'd have these amazing views this way, amazing views that way, and they'd be close enough to us. So Tommy and I have walked up, this here, all of what you see, and beyond, because there's still a load behind me that we haven't walked up yet, because honestly we got out of breath. We're used to flat ground in Florida. So where Mum and Dad are down here, we're thinking that area right there on that ridge would be where they would have their new home. So we just walked most of the property, or we are walking the property, and from over this side you can't even see the house or where Mum and Dad are. It's a little windy up here, and we still got property here, but this entire property is fenced. So we've now reached the far side of our pasture, which this post here is where it begins for the cow farmer. This is his side, so you can see the cows are way down there on a feeder. Down there. So we're going to have cow neighbours, which is awesome, because that's what we've been used to where we are now. And then we're going to follow this fence line, go back up the hill, and the house is right over there. You can just see the very top of the roof line. Okay, so I just wanted to come on real quickly, because obviously a lot of the filming has been of the property, the fence lines and the house and inside and everything, but just wanted to tell you what we think.
It's amazing. Everything. The property line, the fields, the house, the barns.
I think it's it.
We got pretty damn lucky.
I think this is home. This feels like home.
Inspections are tomorrow, which I think I saw a broken window.
Yeah, which we said we can ask to have fixed, but the place is incredible. I mean, literally we've ticked almost every single box we had, and then some, and even thinking, yeah, no, there's that money shot, the view. It is incredible. This is a homestead, the most beautiful homestead, with the most perfect place in the perfect location that we have seen.
Kind of still waiting for the butt or Ashton Kutcher to come running out and say we've been punked.
So far, so good, but we're just going to wait for the inspection tomorrow, because obviously we're still, just because everything has been happening for such a long time, and we've lost obviously several properties too, but from everything we've seen here today, we love it. We love it. Everyone loves it. All 4 of us, Mum and Dad, love it too. Oh, Zoe's here with us too. But we think this is it.
Till tomorrow.
I'm now just sitting here on the swing seat, and as far as the eye can see is mostly our property with us. You know how long we've been looking. It's been, you know, well over a year, and man, have we seen some scary places, and we found nothing in our price range that even comes close to this. I love the seat even this bench is so nice, overlooking the house. Just can't believe we got this lucky. I mean, this blessed really. I mean, it's not, luck has nothing to do with it, because quite frankly I started this journey 11 years ago, and you know, have made a lot of sacrifices to get, you know, to this stage, and this would be a debt-free move. And it's just so incredible to think that all of those years and all of that sacrifice has come, you know, has come full circle. And now, oh wow, what did you find? That's so neat. To be able to find a property that has everything, every box ticked really, and then some. There is a little bit of work, there's things to be modified, there'll be some fencing, a lot of fencing to do. But gradually over time, there's just so many options with this, and we're thinking maybe, you know, Airbnb with the basement, that maybe some of our supporters would like to come and visit us and meet us and check out the animals, take in some of the scenery, walk around this amazing property, see the just breathtaking views. And this is winter. This is the time where it's, you know, the least pretty. This is one of my favorite things. I mean, not only do I love stone, but you won't know this, but when I was in England, I think I was probably about 10 years old, something like that, I suddenly got this urge to have a herb garden. And so I have to try and find a picture from Mum and Dad's pictures. It will still have to be further down the line to show you, but my dad built me this amazing brick wall around a grand tree for a herb garden, and this just reminds me of it so much. So I just realized that this is now going to be my herb garden. And when we pulled the leaves back, this is like really rich soil. So someone's probably been planting stuff in here. Who knows, maybe it used to be a herb garden, but that's what's going to be. It's been such a journey, and I think really there's been so many highs and lows just to get to where we are right now. It's like everything led to this, and I suppose at the moment I'm just so blown away and overwhelmed by, you know, with gratitude really. I mean, this is a big move. This is a really big move. I mean, this is leaving all of our friends. It's leaving my brother and his family, my niece and nephews, and this has been, you know, a long journey. It's been a long journey, and it's been a lot of sacrifice, a lot of work, a lot of hard work put into it. And this has been a long time looking for something just like this, and this does feel like home. Finally, it really does feel like home. This is the type of place that you don't want to leave, you don't want to go anywhere, you just want to be here, and that's an amazing feeling. I think I'm struggling with it at the moment really, because it's just you know, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming, the amount of homes that we've seen, and, you know, it's almost like we tricked ourselves into thinking that they felt right, because to a certain extent they did, you know. But every single time I've prayed, please God, if it's not right, if it's not meant to be, block it in some way. And he did exactly what I asked. And but this one came to us, and it was, you know, right off of the back of putting an offer in another place that just wasn't right for us and wouldn't have been right for us. And to look at what we have now, if we hadn't have cancelled that contract. I mean, this was just last Monday we cancelled the contract, and now it's Saturday, and we're sitting here at what can only be described as a dream property, a 1 in a million. And it just has everything that we could ever want, and then some. Sorry, my nose is running. Emotional. It's just incredible. It is incredible. I think I'll leave it there, because we're going to drive around the area and check out some other places, but this is right near the Kentucky border, so we can actually do some of our shopping in Kentucky. So we want to drive around and see what's here and what's around. It's rural here, very rural, which is lovely because it's nice and peaceful and quiet, but there's still neighbours, there's still areas to do shopping and, you know, everything that we need, so it's perfect. So as you can see from that video, things did not go to plan. It was crazy really, because it seemed like all the events that led up to that were, you know, like heaven sent, honestly. And so when we went up there, all of us loved that house. We loved the property, we loved the land, we loved the area. It just all seemed so right, and we even got through the inspection. That wasn't too bad at all. It was, you know, just a bunch of little stuff and a couple of bigger things that really we could have taken care of. And we honestly thought we were all set. We were, you know, like 2.5 weeks from closing, from the closing date, and we had our, you know, pictures, our video. We were really excited. And then basically on the day of the inspection, while we were there, Tommy had gone on his phone and started to map out exactly where the land was, and suddenly he realized that what was on his phone was about 18 acres and not 9.5 acres like we've been told it was. So that raised a question as to, okay, you know, where exactly are these land markers? And it kind of just spiraled from there, and within a very short space of, you know, 2 or 3 days, we ended up having to renegotiate to get a survey done, because nobody seemed to know where the property lines were. After the surveyors came out, it took days for them to get back to us, and we were getting closer and closer to our closing date, and then we find out that it wasn't 9.5 acres, it was 5.5 acres, but most of that was unusable. It was this big sloped area that you'll have seen in the video. So it just wouldn't work. We had no pasture really for the horses, and plus it left a really sour taste of the fact that the neighbor was not very happy, in the fact that obviously she was probably trying to sell off some of his farmland, and that wouldn't have started us off well with the neighbor. And we were trying to renegotiate to see if maybe he would be willing to sell us some of his land, but that didn't pan out either. You know, the guy actually never even called us back, and we just couldn't get hold of him even though we all tried. So it just wasn't meant to be. So we're really hoping that this trip is going to be, you know, yielding some kind of results, because we're getting tired, we're getting low on funds, and we're ready to move.